It's me.
I'm like, am I
6, 5,
frozen?
4,
Frozen shoulder.
3,
Our
Because I wouldn't be
2,
intro
surprised.
has frozen
1,
shoulder.
and we're live.
We are live, but the intro's still going, so we still got to keep counting.
Oh, niner, 8,
Niner?
Did we just hear
6.
a niner?
That's like the second time he's done that whole
You
niner.
know what? I was like, I think we've had a niner in there before.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, 8er.
Right.
Oh,
Hello,
What does that mean?
everybody.
Hi, everyone.
What are
hola.
both looking at?
Sup?
Joe, do you see the top right-hand corner?
Yeah, I see it's the top right-hand corner.
What does that mean?
What?
Sandy, you got to fill the time up with something so Joe and I can
Okay.
troubleshoot something. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Fill
The
the
top
time
right-hand
up with
corner of...
something.
No, actually, I don't see
I don't
it.
even know what the right-hand corner is, so I
Look at
can't
the
even
Facebook
contribute.
icon, Joe.
I'm looking.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, I don't see anything, so like I said, I can't contribute to your top
An
right.
error occurred.
Oh,
Wait
my.
a moment. Oh, we're not live on Facebook yet.
Oh, we're not?
No, now we are. Do the time thing down again, Joe.
5, 4, 3, 9er.
Oh, wait.
2.
I got to do this. Keep going, because
Okay, so
I see what happened now.
I'm
I see what
so
happened.
confused.
Yeah,
3.
so the for whatever reason there was an error. Facebook didn't go live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad I decided to look into it because I was like,
Yeah, because I'm not
Sounds
seeing it here on the page.
it was right next to the broadcast button. If you looked at the Facebook icon, it was all like exclamation point.
Oh, really?
That's weird. I wonder what
Yeah.
caused that.
Now
don't
people
know
think
yet.
that we're late when we're not really late.
Oh,
I
see,
know.
now we got the viewers.
So-
It's both of y'all.
No, it's not me. I hadn't logged in yet. I mean, I hadn't found it yet.
Yeah, I haven't found it yet.
There we go. Now it's there. Yay. All right.
Yay.
Why am I not seeing it?
Yay, Jamie.
You're welcome. No problem. Guys, hi. I'm glad you all are coming.
Oh, I know. I have to say hello again because I actually had said hello once, but I was
You
talking
did.
to nobody. Hello.
I heard you. We heard you, Sandy.
Oh, wait, is this it?
I think that's like the second night in a row you've called me something other than my name.
You know what happened? Ever since the masseuse came on, I've gotten y'all
He would
crisscross.
be a massage therapist, not.
She's not a beautician?
She's
Not a
not.
masseuse
No,
doer.
she is not. And Jason, we weren't actually late. It was a mess up on Facebook. So
Yes.
Wow.
you need to yell at
Thank-
Facebook and not us.
Facebook.
Join us.
Hello,
So, yeah,
Join
Connor.
me, Sandy, Hame, Jamie.
Oh, did you say Hame?
Hame.
You know, I can't get enough. You know, let me tell you whose TikTok I can't get enough of. Parker James Jones. Parker James. He's the one that says he calls them goobers. You remember when Jillian did hers on the cookies?
No.
I can't explain it. If we have time later on, I'll pull his TikTok, one of his TikToks up tonight and show you. But he cracks me up every time. Every time.
What is? Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
He's got his face squished, or it looks like an overblown face. I don't know how to describe it well.
I still haven't
You'll
opened up my TikTok. I posted an Instagram story to see which name that I should go with.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
did anyone give you example or suggestions
No,
yet?
well, I just said Uncle Asian Joe video, or I don't know, or Damnation Productions. I'm really liking Damnation Productions.
So
That was what we came up with. You should totally go with it.
I like that one, but
That was the co-host suggestion.
here, I can definitely tell you what it's at right now. Let me tell you what it's at right now.
and while you're looking for that, Sandy, do you have a BOD?
I have a business of the day, and this is a friend of mine. His store is Feed and Things Farm Store. They are in Idalou, Texas. I said Texas. I had a T to that.
You
It's
did
a
the
full
Abner.
farm store. We carry a full line of hardware, farm supplies, lumber, feed, and hay. And they are at 103 West 1st Street in Idalou, Texas. Their phone number is 892-2626. And they're also on Facebook, Feed and Things Farm Store.
Bet you can't tell we're in
Feed and
Texas.
I know
Bet
that's
you can't
right.
tell. So back to my thing. 44% for Damnation Productions and 56% for Uncle Asian Joe Films.
No way. Who's
Yeah,
an Uncle
so-
Asian?
I
Someone
get
who
it.
doesn't have an uncle.
It's like me. I don't want to hear that almost curse word there in there.
Jamie, you might have to rewatch the show. You and I were actually, we said it at the same time. So
You know what? I was tired.
Right. Yeah. And who's talking about the bishes?
right?
Stop.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Who
It was
said that they needed to
accident.
clean the bishes?
That
Okay.
was an accident, okay? That was not on purpose at all.
I feel like it totally was on purpose.
Let's see. Alex,
Oh my gosh.
Joe, did you take my suggestions for being the TMNT pizza delivery guy? No, Alex, I stuck a pin in it, and we'll circle back around.
So if he doesn't go back to, if he doesn't take our suggestion, then he might consider yours.
Hey, Priscilla.
Right, might look. We are one of our new. Look at. We have a new
What?
viewer.
Cannon,
Cannon's in the
Man,
house.
that is awesome.
Guys, if y'all haven't yet, go watch last night's episode with Dr. Cannon, who was here. We're bringing him back for part 2 because it was that insanely good.
Back by popular demand.
By popular.
Yeah. Well, he kind of forced his way into the second show, so.
Right.
He promised us $1 million. No, just like-
He did. He's going to be sponsoring.
Yeah.
No, I'm
So we would ask him questions, and he would give us the long, drawn-out answer to make sure that he didn't answer all the questions that we were trying to give him. So,
kidding. Right.
but no, actually, he did an amazing job, and we definitely want him back on the show. So.
Yes,
absolutely.
we do.
Absolutely.
So he
So-
was the topic of discussion this morning, and I already have questions lined up for him.
Good.
We were
Good.
discussing it in our office. So let's just bring
Go
him on
watch it,
right
guys.
now. No, I'm kidding.
So in 2 minutes or less, can you both tell me what your day was like?
So
Oh my gosh. Yes.
go ahead.
We found a freezer finally, because y'all know our fridge went out and they're not producing any in America. So, but anyway, Lowe's had one and we were able to purchase it today.
What?
And I sold mine and Eric's cruiser bikes, and I was able to get a mountain bike today.
You just were telling us about that the other day and already sold it?
Yes, I mean those
Wow.
things are going like crazy. But anyway,
Yeah, they're like hotcakes, man.
they are. So anyway, got my
Speaking of
mountain bike.
hotcakes,
I did not ride it today, but maybe tomorrow. Okay.
maybe
next.
tomorrow.
What's MKM?
Okay.
My
MKM makes the
Makes
best.
the best.
Maybe her mom.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is
That-
that something?
See, I knew we'd have you here to help us
So-
out, Sandy.
I went to work. I came home. I took a nap. Hashtag nap together, 6 foot apart. And then I went to go play volleyball out in the. So this is fun.
What?
We went to play volleyball out at the tech rec fields, and there were some people out there, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to play? I have my team coming." They're like, "How many you got?" I was like, "I got 6," and they're like, "We have about 12." And so I was like, "Okay, cool. You know, if y'all want to play." Well, they ended up with like 15 or 20, so they ended up going to a different court. But I think they were afraid of us. I think they were afraid of us.
I
I
think
think they were too.
once they saw you, they were threatened.
right?
They were
It's like
intimidated.
I actually went up to 4% one time, and so it probably scared them. I didn't mean to do that though.
Probably.
Probably.
That 4% you brought was written all over your face.
I'm telling you, I was like, oh, yeah, and they're like, oh, we better move. We better find a different court.
Yeah.
And actually, my team is probably still out there playing. I was like, I have other engagements that I need to get to.
Right.
So.
Oh,
We have a show to do. We have to be done by a certain time.
Right.
no,
So-
he had a nap. Remember, he said he took a nap just now.
No. I took a nap.
after your volleyball game.
No, after work, I
don't
took a
think
nap,
so.
Oh.
and then I
I
went to
like
go.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And somebody said I was snoring, but I think that was fake news. So
That might have. It's probably the dog.
All right, so I worked today again, so let's not ask about work. But I came home and I decided to go ahead and make something I've never made before, and I made fried pork chops, but breaded fried pork chops.
that's what I was gonna say. Fried pork chops.
So you inspired me, Joe, when you were talking about the other day on, I don't remember if it was pork chops or fried chicken or whatever it was.
Yeah,
you made.
fried chicken.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fried chicken.
and so you told me about the ingredients, and I was like, I don't have time to look up a recipe, so I'm just gonna wing it. And so I got home and I just sifted the flour, threw some smoked paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and then I got some eggs and some heavy cream and mixed that all good. And grabbed the pork chops out, did that. So there's a secret ingredient I use whenever I make what do you call that? Just breaded fried stuff, I guess. I don't know. Anyway,
Sure.
Right?
if you guys add cornstarch to your flour, like the chicken that's at the Panda Express, the fried chicken that I don't know if that's in Lubbock.
The walnut
We have
chicken?
a Panda Express, but I don't know what you're talking about.
We have
Fried.
2 Panda Expresses, actually.
Okay,
have
so
three.
Oh, 3.
you know that real
Booyah.
golden crispy breading that's on the chicken at the Asian
KFC.
restaurants? I don't know about that, but anyway.
Churches.
Anyways, get to it.
Anyway, it makes it super crunchy. Like not
Okay.
just it makes it crispy and crunchy. Anyway, it's awesome. Next time I do it, I'll do pictures and everything and see the difference when
Okay, so
regular
you
chicken
went
without
with
it.
crispy, and I went with original, basically, is what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, we made that tonight. Everyone in the house loved it. They thought, except for my oldest daughter, who I believe actually may be turning or is already a vegetarian.
Oh, my goodness.
Not by no. I'm sorry, it wasn't me. She's like, is that beef or steak or pork or chicken? And I'll say whatever one, and she's like, no, thank you. I'm like, doing.
Why are you asking?
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Jamie.
But I'm like, okay.
Hey, Jamie. Who do we have on the show?
Guys, I'm so excited that you guys are here tonight. I have someone wonderful who I have been waiting to bring on here. So she is someone I didn't really know that I looked up to until I was ready to finally find her. Okay. And I know that's ambiguous, but listen, we created this show in response to the way things were changing and a way for us to be socially undistant and still hang out. Essentially, this show is for people who are social butterflies and they can't be. And so we bring people on to meet and hang out with. This person did the same thing, except on the restaurant, specifically in the restaurant/hospitality industry. She created a website here in town to help people during this new time to find food, places that they like to go eat at. And you guys know I'm all about food. And so having her here, it's like a spiritual sister to our site, to what we do. And I just can't tell you how excited I am to have her here. So without further ado, help me welcome Rhendy Bradshaw.
Yay!
Hi, Rhendy. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
tonight.
sorry.
I'm so excited.
Sorry.
Thank you for coming, Rhendy.
Got an extra.
Really excited. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, boy.
Let me kick the dog out.
Okay. So, Rhendy, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah. Thanks
I
for
really,
having
really
me.
appreciate it. Listen, so I told everyone kind of how excited I am to have you on the show. This is the Facebook group, guys. If you want to go check it out right now while we're doing this, feel free to just go on Facebook, look up Blow No Curbside Restaurants, and you can see the efforts of Rhendy's work. And so with that, I want to get more into it. But Rhendy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself first and how you got to Blow No Curbside Restaurants, please?
Yeah. Well, so my family and I have 3 kiddos, and my husband and I, we all live in Bloomington Normal. We live in Bloomington specifically, and I'm a realtor, so the community means a lot to me. So when we found out that dining areas were having to be shut down, my husband and I were just kind of talking, and we knew that could possibly put an end to a lot of our favorite local restaurants, because what business can operate being closed for an undisclosed amount of time. So we also saw people starting to post like, hey, who's offering delivery, who's offering curbside pickup. So late at night, I just made this group, and I woke up and it had thousands of members. So friends added their friends, businesses started joining and posting, and it just kind of blew up. And it's been a lot of fun to get to know the members of the community a little bit better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. Cool. I can imagine the, excitement, anxiety probably from like, oh, I just created this group tonight, and then waking up and being like, did I do something wrong here? Or
Right. Yeah. You're like, oh, now what?
You're like, I was only supposed to get pennies. That's all I was looking for.
No, exactly.
Pennies. So yeah, I love your site. I remember someone invited me to it. I think it was Mark. He was a previous guest that we had on, actually. I think he invited me to it, and it was all like, I remember when it was, honestly, there was just a few hundred, but then, yeah, it blew up like in hours. I remember it grew to thousands, and it was just like, what in the world?
Yeah.
But its service is awesome. So tell us about some of the restaurants that you've seen being posted on there and the way they're posted, because that's what I'd like for people to hear, how it gets posted and then the responses that people have when they see these restaurants.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of, just members of the community will post, hey, who has the best pizza? Who has the best cold cut sandwich? Things like that. And then, they'll get recommendations and they'll get tagged. And I think that's how a lot of the restaurants kind of started joining the group. And then they would just start posting, their specials, their hours, how they're doing pickup, how they are keeping everyone safe for curbside and delivery. So it was really fun to see. And then we started doing some interviews with local business owners, restaurant owners specifically. And that has been really the best part, to just kind of hear how they pivoted so well, just like that, in the drop of a hat, because they didn't have, weeks and months to plan this pivot. They just had to do it overnight. They had to roll with it. And I think the members of the community really just rallied behind them. And because we don't want to lose we have a lot of local gems, so we don't want to lose them.
Right.
That's right. Joe, you and I were just talking about this yesterday afternoon, weren't we?
Oh yeah. So if you don't know, Rhendy, my primary business is that I run it's a point of sale dealership here in Lubbock, Texas. So we do a lot of restaurants. I know a lot of restaurant owners and stuff like that. So now I feel kind of, I should have thought of this.
You showed him up, Rhendy. You showed him up.
Yeah, he showed me up, and I was
Why
like,
did you call us, Rhendy?
yeah.
So sorry.
I feel so bad. Yeah, because I'm
add him to the group. Come on.
right. Yeah, because I have like direct relationships with owners and stuff like that, and so it was just when I heard about it, I was like, oh well, I suck.
Next time we'll all be prepared.
Yes, next time. Hopefully we won't need this again. But one of our friends from church who is a food distributor, he gave me a lot of recommendations for kind of what restaurants could use a little bit of a spotlight, and a little bit more attention. So that was really nice. And, just friends and neighbors would just reach out and say, hey, this person I think would be great. Or, this restaurant needs a little extra love. So that's
awesome. Yeah, because we have there's a couple of groups where they post about their stuff like that, but none of them is really kind of like centralized it and said, hey, let's help these guys out today and these guys out today or whatever. So I think that's really cool. And then I haven't seen any interviews popping up, but of course I guess I'm the horrible person in the industry.
It's not about you, Joe.
Looking
it's about
for
Rhendy
it.
right now. Okay?
Oh, sorry, Rhendy.
That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
So it was really cool. I did notice on one of the posts in there, Rhendy, I love that they shared it. I'm going to just throw it on the screen right here. So I love these guys, Joey and Tony Wargo. These are guys local who own a pizza shop here, guys, Joe and Sandy. And it's some really good pizza. But they were put as a destination. Just read it. Joe's is a destination in the pizza world. So they made it into Pizza Today, June 2020 issue as one of the places that you got to go have pizza at.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Which is pretty awesome.
And so they put it on the site, and that was just another piece of good news that was shared there on the site. And it goes so much, Rhendy. What I really love about your site is I feel like being on there, it's such a business positive site, and it's not one of those where it's kind of like this gimmicky or like this we want to take your money. It's giving the community an opportunity to help these places out. And in the post,
it doesn't really benefit her other than just to make sure that she has places for her family to still go.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. All of our favorite places. I'm like, share.
Right. Yeah. It's like we need to make sure that they stay open because my kids love that place or
That's
whatever.
exactly right. That is exactly right. We were also excited. One of our favorite places is Fort Jesse Cafe in town, and it's definitely.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. That is
Oh.
how we feel about it. And they closed down, for a few different reasons, for a majority of the shelter in place. And when I found out they were opening, I was like, can I please?
Yeah.
Like,
That place is amazing. That place is amazing. There's no other.
So they opened back up then, or
they opened back up? Yep, towards the end of our shelter in place, and it was just too funny. My daughter loves our pancakes. She's like, "We're ordering all of the pancakes, Mom."
those blueberry pancakes, man, or their French bread.
So how did the interviewing part come along? Did somebody reach out to you and said, "Hey, we want to do an interview," or did you reach out to them and say?
I just kind of had the idea to maybe bring on some, restaurant owners or managers, whoever, to kind of talk about how they've made the pivot. And, I think there were a lot of questions about how is this curbside going to be safe? Is it okay to do this? So I think talking about that kind of took away that fear, because then, you're hearing straight from the horse's mouth. This is what we're doing to keep, not only our customers safe, but also, our employees, our staff. So.
Right. And what people don't realize is that a lot of these restaurants, they were not designed, or this was not their primary source, was going to be the carryout or curbside or anything like that. So for them to have to make that switch and then be able to organize themselves, there were some growing pains. And I wish that people would realize that, hey, this was not easy. Yeah, this is not. Yeah.
That was a big reason that one of my main rules on the page was, no negative reviews, because I just know I didn't want it to be a place where people would come and kind of complain about something that happened. I mean, I think, you should always let the establishment know if, you're unhappy with your service, or, they forgot something. But I don't think necessarily 15,000 other people need to be in on that conversation, kind of weighing in, especially during this time where, like you said, people had to change everything about how they run their business overnight.
Right.
One of my favorite interviews about that was with Bob Crawford from Crawford's Corner Pub, and they had never done delivery ever, and so it was a big switch for them. They only had one phone line. They were very creative with how they were taking phone calls so that they could be as efficient as possible. And now they're going to continue to offer delivery after this is over. So it's just been so awesome to see businesses open other avenues.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, those revenue streams are not going to go away, because there's still a majority of people that do not want to, until that thing is gone completely out, or there's proof that we can get past it or whatever. They're still going to order to go or curbside or delivery. Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that our restaurants did here in town very early on was, since there was a shortage of things, so they started selling their raw product. Like they were selling steaks, they were selling bacon, and so I thought that was pretty neat. And it was just them putting it out on their Facebook page. So that was kind of, it was only based on sharing. So we didn't have a central place where everybody could see what was going on. And so I'm like Joe now. I mean, why didn't we think of something like that?
Exactly. Yeah, because we suck.
Yeah. Like we wanted to know, but we didn't know what to do. Right,
exactly.
And a lot of the restaurants in our community were really focused on giving back to the community, healthcare workers, frontliners, police officers, and also taking care of the kiddos in our community who, they get free lunches every day at school. And if we're not in school, they might not get that meal. So a lot of them were so generous to donate food to these programs that other people in the community created to make sure that the kids didn't go hungry, and that the healthcare workers and the frontliners knew that they were appreciated.
Right.
Yeah, I loved seeing those pictures. They would pop up just as much as seeing like the request for where's the best place for a buffalo chicken sandwich, or where's the best Philly cheesesteak. And it's funny watching those posts, guys, and they would be like, go. And then everyone would just start listing off. And then you could tell who the winners were because you'd see the same answer appear over and over again.
Right.
Like, okay, I guess I'm going to that place for my chili cheesesteak, or for my beef roll or whatever it is. And so, but it was also really encouraging, Rhendy, to see that people were using your idea because let's face it, during this time there was some birthdays that passed too. And so people were getting ideas on what do we do for birthdays, who can whatever. And honestly, I think it's just the ingenuity to think we couldn't figure out what was already there for us before. So asking the community and people just giving options, even if it wasn't what we were wanting traditionally, people were providing things for their restaurants. And so that, like kind of what you were saying, Sandy, I remember when it was Denny's. Rhendy, right? Denny's is the one I remember who first started offering their breakfast items, like come get the raw bacon, the eggs, the orange juice, and everything. And so it's like, that's smart. So,
If nothing else good comes from this, I learned that Denny's Donuts offers a birthday cake, a donut that is as large as a cake for your birthday.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
This big. So if nothing else good comes from it, I know that's it. I feel good about it.
I had that once, and you're right. It is huge. I was what? Yeah, I'll show you a picture, guys, of this on a Food Friday or whatever. We'll show you. It's enormous.
Okay, so I'm not jealous or anything. So.
Right. Picture, Jamie.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to show us. It's cool. I don't.
Sorry. Okay, I get it.
Mouth is watering.
Yeah. That's how it is, honestly. So I'm going to share the page again with you guys so you can see just kind of a little bit more of what the page looks like. Because you talk about your mouth watering.
Okay.
So that's, just to let you know, this is one of our guys, one of the Tobin's workers who something happened to him, but the community's coming to support and rally for him also. And so they're just, sending their good words to him, good vibes and things. But
the place in town.
Oh my gosh. That's one of the places I would bring if you guys came to visit up here. That's one of the places I'd take you.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go. But okay. So this is what you start seeing. So people, when they go to the places, like this one was a Thai house restaurant, they start throwing their pictures up. And it's not like, so your 3 pictures you see a lot of are the food, locations, or questions for recommendations for places. Yeah. There's Denny's showing their stuff right there, like we were talking about earlier. There's, who's at the Pass Pub and Grill, showing their burgers and fries there, and their, what do you call them? Pretzel bites.
Those look.
I thought that was like bacon wrap something or other.
Those look not good.
You like the?
I just want some.
This is a newer place in town called Hacienda Leon. Man, so you want an idea of what you're going to eat in town. You come to the site, you can look at what other people are eating and what they've posted up, and it gives you an idea of what you can get. But I really like it because the thing you get from here, in my opinion, is like Yelp. You got to get another app and all that stuff. Facebook, it's already there. You go, but you're getting your neighbors, the people in your community. You're seeing their real reactions. You see the comments that people are posting about it, and they're like, "Yes, that is awesome. Try this the next time you go." And tell whoever.
Yeah, look at that one. That post right there. They said that they lost their tent, and they got 192, and then 11 people sharing. So that's.
I'm like, where are you on Lubbock with that wind?
Right.
It got windy today.
It sure did. I think yesterday was really horrible too. Huh?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's some chicken or paneer butter masala. I've never had that, but I know it's one from the Indian places. This is one of the best beef rolls we have here in town from Joe's Station House.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, you can go through the list, and when you're looking for food, it's just amazing. You can just see everyone's recommendations. And honestly, so Bloomington and Lubbock share some good demographics, Rhendy, when it comes to restaurants.
Okay.
And I know in Bloomington Normal, when I first moved here, Bloomington Normal has the most restaurants per capita than any other place there is, right?
I believe it.
So if you were to ask my buddies on the other side of the screen, who did you hear has the most restaurants per capita? What would y'all say?
Lubbock has the most restaurants per capita.
Yeah. In fact, we have realtors that come in and ask us if we have kitchens in our homes that we sell because everybody's out eating.
Right. So we've
No.
had 2 grand openings for Brahms, one last week and one this week. And is there Brahms up there?
Mm-mm.
No Brahms. Okay. So Wolfrith actually has the biggest Brahms in company history that just opened up yesterday. So
Yeah,
Really?
and they have the police out there because the line is so long to make sure that
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So, Rhendy, their Wolford, that's a town that she was just talking about, would be similar to how Bloomington Normal is,
Okay.
Lubbock Wolford. But
Got it.
Lubbock actually has a bunch of those where it's dual cities, smaller towns.
Right.
So Aaron Helm says, hi, Rhendy. Or yes, Rhendy, sorry.
Hey, Aaron.
Awesome.
And then Deanna Boris Campbell says, thank you for everything you've done, Rhendy.
Hey, Dee. You're awesome.
But I do know that you guys down there got a steak and shake recently, right, Joe?
Ooh.
Sandy?
No, it's gone.
it's gone.
Oh, it is?
Shut down.
As
It
fast
was-
as it
look-
got here.
So it was good, and then it just like whoom, went way down.
Really?
Yeah.
It just went. Yeah, it just went way down.
That's too bad.
Oh, sorry.
So, that's okay.
So, I mean, it just didn't hold up to the standards that it used to have. So,
But what I was going to say is, Rhendy, I've heard that the corporate or the very first steak and shake was here in Normal, right?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one on what was Rab Road.
Oh,
I
right.
think that was the one that had that. And maybe any of our viewers here in the Bloomington Normal area, if you see this and can confirm that with us, just throw it in the comments and let us know.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I actually love the place. So I love the fact that we could get shakes with our meals, and I loved the whole diner feel. It was great. So I did like it.
Yeah. I think there are a number of the franchises closing. I've heard that Steak and Shake franchises around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, Rhendy, what have been some of the spotlights that you found visiting your own Blow No curbside restaurants? What are some of the ones that really you were like, wow, or really good, or just kind of surprised you how well it was?
Okay, so I'm going to answer this like you were asking me, like, what new restaurants I really liked.
Okay, all right. What new restaurants did you really like?
There we go.
So we had never tried Aroma. It's an Indian restaurant.
Okay.
And the owner of Aroma posts frequently, and I interviewed him. And what I loved about him was that he was so good about explaining the food, because I think it can be intimidating to try new food if you haven't tried it before. So that one was awesome. That was a bright light, I think, for our family. We loved it. Another good one. We've been to the Rock before, but we kind of made that a more normal part of our lives. So
yeah,
it's a Mediterranean restaurant, so gyros are their big thing. The baklava is so good.
My wife loves both of those things. She goes there. She works at ISU, and that's one of her favorite lunch spots.
So good, can't beat
Yeah.
it. So those are the two spots. But another thing that I love that one of the churches in town did was they wanted to donate, or they wanted to help the local businesses and restaurants in town. So they did a raffle, and they sold raffle tickets for $5 per ticket, and you could buy as many as you wanted to. And they used those tickets to buy $50 gift cards to any business. And they did a raffle, and if they pulled your name, you got to choose whatever local business you wanted in Bloomington Normal, and they would purchase a $50 gift card from that restaurant as a way to just kind of give people a reason to go out and boost business kind of after this is all over. So I thought that was a really, really good idea. And they donated, $500 of their own money, and then raised, I think, about $800 more. So
wow,
nice.
That is awesome. You mentioned that earlier. You were talking about how a lot of the local businesses were really generous with helping out the frontline workers and responders and different things like that. And I do remember seeing a lot of the posts on there where a lot of the restaurants were delivering to the nurses or the doctors or the police station or the fire stations and stuff like that. And I was like, man, like I can't even like. Your site is amazing. I hope you understand that the benefit that you've brought and have helped people connect with, like you have a direct connection with all the goodness that has happened on and from that site, whether you feel it or not. It's there.
Right.
Well, it has been really fun, and you're right. I was impressed by all of the businesses doing that, donating food, especially in a time where, I mean, they're making a small fraction of what they are used to making to, to keep their business afloat, and they're still giving to the community. So it's what I love about Blow Now.
They really are. They really are. Oh man. So Joe, you've got a game for us, right?
Ooh.
I do have a game. Let me find it.
Okay. Well, I'll fill the air in while you're doing this. So what has been your favorite, the kids' favorite dessert destination during this time?
Oh my goodness. They really liked the baklava. I'll say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
I was surprised that they were open to trying it because it doesn't look like a cupcake. So.
It's not a giant donut cake, is it?
It's not, but they enjoyed it nonetheless.
Did they have birthdays during this time too?
No.
Oh, okay.
My daughter has a birthday this weekend, but that's as close as we got. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
We have Kahoot. So some of y'all may have played this one before, but we know Rhendy has not.
No.
So we're gonna go back to this game, and I think it's fun. So go to Kahoot.it, and then once you're there, you're going to enter 1488421 as the game pin. We'll get started here and let you guys kind of sign in, and of course that color is like greatly affected my face. That was so the blue is good, but every now and then yellow will like really bad. So let's get some players in here, man. We got a lot of people watching. Oh, wait, Rhendy, we lost you.
I'm back. Here I am. We play this game. So we've had to do, our brokerage had to do, virtual broker meetings. So our Aaron actually and Dee work in our office, and they have come up with some really fun Kahoots.
Oh, they have?
It's been a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun making, and then you're like, oh, I could do this, and then I'm like, but that's the paid version, so I gotta figure out how to do the.
Gotta keep it down.
I gotta keep the costs down here a little bit. Is the assistant going to join, Sandy? Oh, there's Carrie.
He's too busy dog sitting because I heard him barking in the back. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then they all come in here just being so rambunctious. And I'm like, keep them down.
They heard Rhendy's voice and they came coming, right?
Yeah.
They've never responded like this before.
Look at my teeth. That was awesome. Okay, here we go.
All right.
We're going to start here. Famous food origins, Rhendy.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
Rhendy, you've been looking at food.
Where was apple pie invented? I'm going to turn the music back on so we have some.
Yeah, it fills space up.
Are you going to read off the choices? So USA, England.
USA, Japan, England, or the Bahamas.
Yay!
So why do they say, as American is apple pie?
Right, exactly. Yeah, so
Come on.
I forgot to pull up where I got this information, but yeah, it started originally in England, and then it was brought over to the United States. So,
and then we adopted it.
Yeah, then we adopted it.
Made it our own.
Yep.
Here we go. All right, next question. Where was pasta invented?
Well, that's
Mexico, Italy, Greece, and China.
Mexico with the fideos.
Right.
I've had fideo once since I've been up here.
Oh, really?
Oh, just once?
And it was so good.
Man, Jet and Kiki love that stuff, man.
I cried when they made it for me.
2, 1. It was
China.
Actually created in China, just a regular like udon noodles or whatever. And then I believe someone from Italy was visiting and then brought it back and said, "Hey, let's do something else with it."
His
So-
name was
You know-
Luigi.
His name was Luigi.
Yes, Luigi stole from the
Luigi
from
stole.
Chinese. Stole the recipe.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no. I'm only good at ordering. I don't know anything
He's
about
only good with Facebooks.
Rhendy, are you having problems with the buttons here?
Awesome.
Here we go. Chicken parma originally came from Australia,
Oh.
United States, Italy, or Hogwarts.
Should have said Hogwarts. Hogwarts.
I'll give you a clue. It's definitely not Hogwarts.
Oh,
What?
I feel like I can't even go with my gut anymore.
I know. That's how I'm feeling. I'm like, I mean, this was obviously Italy, right?
I don't know. if
Obviously.
No.
What?
Probably.
It was started in Australia.
Okay.
They actually started it there in Australia, and then someone from Italy came. Luigi came to Australia and
I
stole
see
it.
what he's doing now. I see what he's doing now.
Luigi's all over the place.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
All right, here we go. Question 4. These Danish pastries originated from where?
Danish.
Denmark, duh.
Duh.
Austria, France, or Portugal?
See, you gotta Joe's question sometimes. So when he says "duh," it makes me think that's gotta be it, right?
No.
No, is Denmark duh not a real place?
Denmark is not a real place.
No.
Dang it!
Oh my gosh. I got one right.
Yes.
Yay!
What happened?
Yes, so these were originally started in Austria, and then Luigi from Denmark came over
Oh, right.
and stole them. But I think, so if you get them in Austria, they're called Viennese pastries for the capital city. So I do
Like
remember that.
Vienna sausages.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought Vienna was like Italy.
Sandy is on fire,
Come on, Sandy.
but
Thank
she's
you.
played this game before.
Yeah. Or I remember.
That doesn't help me out. That doesn't make me feel good. 'Cause
You better watch out there, pineapples, because Rhendy's right there.
Yep.
The Pavlova,
Pavlova.
dessert.
Isn't
comes
that
from
Pavlov's dog? He got that from his dog.
Yes, and
So he
his
would've
dog
been-
named Luigi.
German. Let's say Germany. I don't know. Pavlova.
Australia, New Zealand, Germany, or the United States.
What's
Anyone watching this? What is Pavlova of? Where do y'all think it's from? Did I get it right?
It is from Germany.
Boo.
Yes.
Boo.
I
That
got
was
it
is-
grade A
wrong.
guessing right there, Sandy.
Yeah, it started from Germany, and then, but it is actually like a very popular dessert in Australia. So, Crocodile Dundee came to Germany, stole it back to Australia.
And I swear they had taken it to New Zealand, but apparently that was not correct.
Yeah.
That was not correct.
He
either.
said, "That's not a Pavlova."
Oh snap! Pineapples.
Oh,
Are you
man.
even a foodie? You're not. Just stop it.
Stop.
Stop.
You're making me mad now.
Croissants were created in this country:
Oh, that's easy.
Denmark, Sweden, France, or Austria.
Come on. Croissants. That's what they said in Beauty and the Beast, right?
A croissant.
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 Oh, I was like, did they?
No,
Was it
those baguettes.
baguettes? Yeah.
That's what he says.
Ah,
What?
These were actually started in Austria,
wow.
and then Remy from France came and stole them. I'm trying to think of French names.
That was
like-
good. I would have been able to think.
Yeah,
of
it's the only one I can think of is from
one. Oh man, come on.
pineapples. You
Who's
are
Aaron?
you are down
He's
at the
staring me
bottom
crazy
there.
right now. Yeah.
Nachos
Oh,
were
this one's easy.
created
This is the
originally
only one
in
I'm
this
going to get
country.
right here.
Mexico, United States, Cuba, or Belize.
Yes.
Why'd you say it like that?
I wish I would go to Mexico and order nachos.
I have a friend who's from Belize. That's all I got to say.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Do they eat nachos?
Yes.
Yes, I got it right.
They were actually started in the United States by a gentleman named Ignacio. No, just kidding. I don't know about the
You
Ignacio
lied.
part.
Yeah, because Ignacio's are nicknamed nachos.
Yeah,
They're so bad.
but they were started in the United States because a Mexican chef was trying to make something that would be popular with Americans. So
You hit the nail on the head.
he sure did. Yeah, he sure did.
Oh, yes.
Oh, pineapples
I
is back
came
up
up
there.
with that one.
You're
Number
I
almost
was going to
right,
say
me.
Taco Bell. That was going to be my answer.
French fries were created in what country?
That's easy.
United States, Westeros,
So
France,
last time he
duh,
put it was
Belgium.
wrong, but he would have done that so that we could do it again because he wanted to throw us for a loop.
You give him
I'm
way
gonna
too
say-
much credit.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
know.
you right now.
I don't know.
Way too much credit.
This
Yes,
guy.
yes, you do.
uh,
They were started in Belgium.
Belgium's not even anywhere near France.
Correct. It's like down south.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like
Actually-
the difference.
no, it's
from-
actually isn't it more northern? I think it's more northerly.
I'm bad with the geology. Don't ask me.
geology.
All right, let's see. Carrie is on
Carrie,
fire.
where did she come up?
no kidding.
Get back, Carrie.
Last
You
question.
don't know me like that.
Spaghetti and meatballs was famously created in what country?
This
Dorn,
is easy.
United
easy.
States, Turkey, or Italy?
Italy. It's in every single Italy movie and TV show reference.
That's
It's
why-
Lady and the
That's why
Tramp.
they're called spaghetti westerns. Come on now.
Huh?
Did you know that? Have you never heard the term spaghetti westerns?
First time for everything. What?
They, yeah, they were. It was actually started in the United States by
Luigi.
Italian immigrants,
Tony.
but not
Mario.
necessarily in Italy. Yeah.
I'm questioning everything.
It makes you question life. I know it.
And the winner, or third place, Mr. Pineapples. Woohoo!
Finally, number 3.
Second place
Carrie.
is Carrie.
Congratulations, Carrie.
In first place, we don't. This is not counting because, but
Boo. Why does it not count?
What?
Carrie said she only answered 4 questions because she had a lag.
And she came in third place.
Look at that, Carrie. You don't have to show off, okay? It's cool.
I know. She's lagging and still third place.
Who's do y'all know Tammy Maurice?
Oh, that's my mom.
Oh, hi,
hi,
Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Thanks for coming on tonight. Your daughter is quite an amazing woman. I hope you know that. I hope you take solace in the fact that you raised quite an amazing woman and is doing some good out here in the community, and we appreciate her. Thank
Very
you.
much.
Wow. So we're at 47 minutes, but Rhendy, oh, go ahead, Joe.
I was like to say, so what did you think about that Kahoot there, Rhendy? Was that
That
pretty
was
good?
a good Kahoot, but
Yeah.
I know nothing about food. What to order?
So you need to go back and then you
Yeah.
need to make sure you watch the history of food, and that's your homework.
Yeah, that's better.
That's the theme for your tomorrow night.
Right, exactly.
So, Rhendy, where do you see Blono curbside restaurants in the near future?
I mean, hopefully we're not curbside for long because it's great that we can be curbside. It was great that we had that all the restaurants had that option. Hopefully we'll be back in the restaurants soon. And I mean, I'll just keep it going as long as it's useful. Hopefully, people can transition it to just a lot of restaurants right now use it to just let everyone know what their specials are, what they're doing that day, if they're having a deal or something. So I think it would be great to still keep everyone updated like that.
I agree with you on that. I do nowadays, like I do find myself going on there just to get some inspiration, like where I'm like, man. So one of my things here is I've decided like I cook most of the time, but I'm going out 2 days of the week.
Yeah.
And so I find myself going on there and being like, okay, so what's everyone interested in, or what sounds good tonight, and check these out. Ooh, the tacos at Hacienda. That looks good right there to me,
Yeah.
So I'm the opposite of Jamie. I go out to eat 5 times and maybe cook 1.5, maybe.
Well, before we used to order out, we would always go to Google and see what was on there. And you miss a lot of the good local places when you do Google.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
That's true.
pop up like the chains do. So I think it is a nice place to have a little hub. all over.
Right.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So you guys could still make it down there, Joe, Sandy. Y'all could still
Yeah.
do this down there, and it would benefit locals and their businesses still. I'm with
I did
Rhendy.
a search just while we were talking, and there is one now. They do have one, and they might have had it all along. I just didn't have friends that invited me to it.
Right.
Oh.
Exactly.
Wow,
What a
wow.
friend.
I know.
Are they really friends then? Really?
They're Facebook acquaintances.
Facebook
Oh, okay.
acquaintances.
They've
All
been downgraded.
Right, exactly. They can only view. They can't interact anymore.
Right.
Man.
Awesome.
All right. So, Rhendy, we do two things before we have to let our guests go.
Okay.
One of those, the first thing is we'd like to give you some opportunity to kind of plug whatever it is you want to plug. So I'm going to give you the screen. I'm going to let you choose anything you want to say to our audience.
Yeah.
And remember, people will be watching this afterwards. We get a lot of replay on this.
Sure.
And so if there's some personal message out there, whether it be for your business, for the site, just a well message for the world. You want to cure world hunger? Now you have to do that, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys for inviting me today. And I guess if I'm going to plug something, it's going to be my real estate business. I'm a real estate agent at Remax Rising in Bloomington, and we have low inventory. So if you've been thinking about purchasing or selling your home, this is a great time. It's also a great time to purchase a home because interest rates are low. So if you need help, give me a call. You can find me on Facebook.
Awesome. And we'll put your information in the comments. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. All right. And then for our final question, we'd like to ask our guest to give us a topic for a future episode. So with that in mind, do you have a topic that you'd like the three of us to cover for a future episode?
I want you guys to find a plant expert. I have recently really gotten into houseplants, and it's not as easy as just watering it every week. It's not. Every plant has a different need. I need to know more. I'm really into that right now. That's what I'm Googling all the time now. So
that is awesome.
So funny.
I like that.
My husband gave me a plant for Mother's Day, and I was like, "Why did you bring that here? It's gonna die. Like there is no hope for this poor plant. I've only kept one alive." And so I'm like you. I don't know. My mom, on the other hand, has a green thumb. I mean, she's got a jungle, and I'm like, I can't even keep one going. So
I love it.
I like that suggestion.
I imagine, Sandy, you were looking at this plant and be like, the tail doesn't waggle on this. Where's the tail?
Well, I was like, is this it? Is this for me or for your mom?
You want me to hold this for a second? Where's you gonna go get my gift?
Yeah.
Your houseplants don't beg for food like everyone else in the family. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Rhendy, I appreciate you so much for coming on and hanging out with us tonight. I'm sure I'm going to see you more in the future still on not just the website, but just around town. I bet that's how things work out, right? So
yeah, for sure.
But please keep us in mind if you ever have some new news you want to share or something's going on and you want to just share some good news. We're all about spreading some good news as well, okay?
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. It's been so much fun.
Oh, thanks, Rhendy. You did great. You did great.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let you go. You have a great night, okay?
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Wow. See,
so I always love communities coming together. I mean, this is so amazing, just everybody helping everybody out during these times. I like that.
And so not to be the down kind of whatever, but so there are some people who end up posting some of the negative things on there, but the response to it is always like, come on, not here, man, not here. And there's enough of that, and we get it. It sucks. It's hard. It's challenging. It's the same for these businesses. Just give them a chance and just whatever.
Come on, Karen. Come on, Karen.
The thing is people just are not understanding the least bit. So there was a restaurant here that got some slack because the line was really long. It's like, really? You're going to be upset because the line is long? And they were just like, it took forever to get our food. And I'm just like, oof.
Right.
Just stay home and cook. Honestly, stay home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. I mean, honestly, it's tough out here. It is not easy for anyone, and so, yeah, just have some human decency for these people. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't realize that they've had to cut their staff. Like a lot of their staff is not working, and then they get blown up by all this new process that they have to do. It's really a difficult change in atmosphere for restaurants that was not what they were trying to do.
Right. And it's not like I don't believe that. I haven't spoken to anyone who's felt like, oh, it was really easy to let go of my staff.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
total
You know what I
opposite,
mean?
imagine.
Yeah, I've seen business owners crying over their staff and their situation and trying to keep it together, be like, I tried to hold out as long as I could, but I couldn't. And so it's like, man.
Yeah, like it was really depressing to see all the reports about Mother's Day and people getting upset about it. And I'm just like, I was like, put yourself in the restaurant's feet just for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, it was so crazy. And I was like, it's your fault to try to do that on Mother's Day in the middle of what was going on. There's no reason
They
for
weren't like me. I ordered ahead of time.
Right, exactly. Well, there were some places that they said they ordered ahead of time and it still wasn't, they were not getting theirs.
But still, again, your staff is cut. I mean, you can only do so much. I mean, it's to the point where you need to just stay in your lane and stay at home and cook. I mean, seriously.
Stay in your lane.
Anybody.
Right, exactly.
So look, I like this, Carrie, because I believe in it too.
Yes.
I'm a firm believer that everyone should have to work in food service for at least 6 months in their lifetime. #Grace.
I agree.
Wholeheartedly believe that. Yes.
Yeah.
I told my wife Dr. Pineapples wasn't happy when I said I think the girls are going to need to do some food service work in their, adult whatever when they get to working age.
And you can tell good and bad people by the way they treat restaurant employees. Mm-hmm. It's like, right away that they're not a good person, even though they may think or they say that they're a good person. If the way that they treat the wait staff or a food service worker, anything like that, you're just like, okay, you're a terrible person.
Yeah.
And you know who you are. I'm backing up Joe on this one. I'm calling you out because if you're watching this and you think, no, it's not me, but you know it's you, change.
Yeah.
Change. Okay? Sorry.
Like, do you know how hard it is to deal with the public? Y'all can be dumb. I'm just gonna say it. Y'all can be dumb.
And that's what I've told the boys. I'm like, I think y'all need some customer service. Like, I don't want you stalking in the back. I want you to deal with people. That way you'll know how to talk to people.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. I think it's one of the reasons that people, whenever I do photo shoots with them, they're like, how are you so patient with my kids that can't do what they're supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I've worked food service for my life, basically.
Yeah.
So. I had to deal with adults who did that. So kids, it's easy. It's expected.
Right, exactly.
Here's what Linda said for you, Sandy. She said, the reason we buy houseplants and we know they're going to die is because we want to remind our husbands what we can do to living things.
You got that?
That's hilarious.
Now that I'm reading that out loud, I don't think that was for Sandy. Here, what did Carrie say? Carrie said, I think our response to those complainers should be, hey, Karen, what time should we be over to your house with 60 people at one time with 25 menu items we want served to each person within 20 minutes of ordering? Thanks. And it better taste amazing.
I mean, really. I mean, yes.
Truth.
I agree.
That's truth right there, right?
Yep.
All right, guys.
So speaking of, what was the last thing that you guys had delivered or curbside or picked up?
So we curbside Qdoba quite a bit.
Okay.
And their dining is open, but we're still just going to pick up and we bring it back home.
Right. Yeah, I haven't gone out either, so.
But I did go to with the girls from the office. We did go to Cello's, and they're still, they have several gaps in between the tables.
What was that?
Cello's here in Wolfforth.
Oh, okay.
So, and they're really small, so we worried about them too, having to close because they were fairly new to Wolfforth. And so that was one of those that we were like calling and trying to get if we could order. So, you just want to see everybody succeed,
Right.
Another one too that we did was Urban Bricks, and they have awesome pizza.
Especially for your diet. Right.
The GSDFDF. Yes, they have it.
I'm going to be on a mission after this week. Rides so I can say as cool as you do. I think for me, Joe, one of our newer favorite places recently, and I know you are going to laugh at it, but It's La Bamba's. We get sushi from La Bamba's.
Sushi
so-
from La Bamba's.
That's awesome.
So for
Does
my
Richie,
folks here in
do they have the
town-
Richie Valens?
Special.
So for
Richie
my
Valens roll.
locals, y'all know what I'm talking about. But for you guys down south, it is a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant you go into. On one side of the ordering bar, I don't know what you, salad bar, whatever that thing is. You order your burritos and tacos and tamales and everything else from there, and then on the other side, you order all your sushi, and the sushi is really, really, really good. And they take care of it, and it's out of this world awesome. So they have a great special there we like to get, and they have the Mexican roll, which is what I love because they throw jalapenos and everything spicy on it and raw fish in there too. And I'm like, yes, this is what I need. I need a freaking spicy Mexican spicy sushi because I can't handle wasabi. I'm a wimp. And so
all of our sushi places closed down. And I was like, and I love sushi. And I was like, is there anybody that has sushi? I was like, oh, go to United. And I'm like, I don't like United sushi. But now I'm like, oh, I love United sushi. They were there for me when nobody else was.
that's true. That's
Exactly.
true. You gotta give
Exactly.
them props for that. You gotta give them props. What about you, Joe?
Let's see. What have we done curbside? I've done. Well, we do Chick-fil-A all the time. I picked up. I even did Uber Eats with McDonald's because I was like super hungry and they were gonna take the fastest time. They're just right down the street. Yeah, and I couldn't leave the location where I was at, so I was like, I just did them, and then I've done Caboose, 50th Street Caboose, and I've done.
And I miss those fajita lattes at Caboose so much,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Whataburger.
Oh, yeah, Whataburger. So we've done a few.
Whataburger puts best made dill pickles in their burgers. Just
Just so y'all know. Hey, today aren't we doing our first after show in the group?
Today?
Today?
I thought it was.
I don't remember that. I thought it was Friday too.
Oh, was it
You
Friday?
never met no Martin Luther King Jr. Joe.
Okay. I must have never mind. I missed that. I missed that memo.
What you mean? Take a page out of their book, open a juice bar, cake pop play.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, look at this, John.
Mrs. Copper Caboose.
Caboose.
Mm-hmm. Man,
Wait, Copper not
they-
open anymore?
Yeah, Copper's still open. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They still have
Curbside?
the most. Yeah, they do curbside too. They still have the most. What's the word I'm looking for?
Square footage.
No. No, Sandy.
Sales.
No, like consistency as far as like their Mexican food. It's always the same and it's always great. So, like I've
it's
been to
good.
a different Mexican restaurant that I'd love, but their curbside or their pickup has not been good. And I'm like, maybe it doesn't last the 10 minutes it takes to get back home.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like some food
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, but
Yeah, like
Caboose.
French fries, right? Whenever you
Yeah.
get French fries, you got to get them home quick because
Right, exactly. Yeah,
soggy.
they're nasty, but yeah. So
Yeah.
Caboose, their packaging and stuff is really makes their food last.
Man,
on
I
the trip
remember their
home, so.
buffet and those beef enchiladas they had on the buffet.
Yep. And then during Lent, they have the fried catfish. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Oh, that catfish was good from Caboose. Just drizzle it with lemon juice right there, man, and on that bed of rice right
Why am I
there.
hungry now?
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're like way
Anyway.
over. It's time to go, man.
Okay, so we want to finish up, guys. Thanks for all for hanging out with us. Tomorrow, we're not sure what we got yet, but it's
Yeah,
gonna
something.
be great. I promise.
We'll
It's
wing
gonna
it.
be good. Yeah,
We got it.
we got it. But listen up, everyone. We want you to come back tomorrow and hang out with us. Friday, we have our what do we officially call it again?
Tres Fridays?
Tres Friday.
Tres Fridays.
We should call it Tres Leches Friday, just because. Because I love
Tres Ingredients Friday.
Tres ingredients.
So that's something is what's going to come back for on Friday. But listen up, guys. Here soon, we're going to have a little mini series starting up on the 7 dimensions of wellness, and we're going to have people come and talk about different things. And so look out for that on the horizon, and I'm sure that's going to be some good stuff for you guys.
Good stuff.
And as usual,
Remember to wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Good
Are you
night.
sure we're not doing the after show tonight? I could have swore we
You
thought
set it up, then we are, but otherwise it's just
Is it-
normal.
is not okay. All right.
It's a normal
'cause-
after
I don't know
show.
why. I thought y'all said Friday. I never heard Thursday.
But I
Wait,
was
today's
I thought it was
Wednesday, though.
Friday.
Oh wait,
Do we know
Wait,
what we're
what?
doing?
I have no idea what it even is.
What did you just say, Sandy?
What year is it? What's today? Wednesday?